Hi, my name is Ingrid Houchin. I'm here to help you unleash your inner potential to become that amazing person that you desire to be. Do you ask yourself sometimes, I wish I was more successful? I wish I could just achieve more or be a different person, be a better person. But the reality is, standing here today, that goalpost just seems so unattainable. I will give you 3 tips how you can take that one step closer to getting to the ultimate goal, to becoming the person that you truly, deeply desire to be. Tip number 1. We are made up of different stories that we've incorporated throughout the years that just make up the character of who we are today. Stories that trigger us in some way, that determine our behavior. And stories that actually prevent us from advancing in many cases. To give you an example, I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day, and his entire drive was competition. And I love competition. I used to compete in sports. I just think it's being on the playing field and going for it and really wanting to win. That's just such an amazing experience. But not on a day-to-day basis. I mean, it's really limited to that one event. The reality is that he was competing all the time. He was competing at work. He felt like he had to compete in pretty much everything. And when we talked about it, as he actually did not enjoy half of the things that he was doing. Because what happened is that someone would challenge him and would say, I bet you can't do that. And he'd think, no, I'll show you that I can do it. So he'd start to work really hard towards a goal that was never really his. When we started to look at how did he come about to have this behavior, we discovered that in his childhood there was a sense of competition between him and his brother. We all know that. It just happens so naturally that sometimes parents praise one and the other one just feels completely left out. In his case, he always felt that his brother was always higher and he was always lower. Because he just thought, well, I'm not as valuable as my brother. I just don't get as much praise. He made up a story as a child that in order to get to this level, he always had to work very hard to reach and align himself with the level of his brother. And he continued to carry that story throughout his entire life into adulthood. His entire persona was defined by those episodes and the way they made him feel smaller, less valuable. And that's tip number 2 that I have for you, is when you look at those episodes, when you look at, those events that seem so significant to you, how did they make you feel? Did they give you a feeling of joy, or did they give you a feeling of dissatisfaction and not being enough? Because many times those feelings are the ones that prevent us from actually taking advantage of our natural abilities and becoming that better self that we truly are. Tip number 3. Put 1 and 2 together and it will give you the persona of who you are today. You'll find that you will understand yourself much better, your reactions, and why in this moment in time you are who you are, and you are unable to take those steps to become more successful, to become just more expansive, to maybe take more joy out of life. I would just give you some advice how to achieve that, is just write it down and make a commitment to yourself to take some time, take 5 minutes out of your day, 10 minutes, to just write down some of the major episodes that have impacted you and how they make you feel. Because the reality is that once you start looking at those episodes with the eyes of today's person and you acknowledge and accept them, you are able to actually just put them aside and let them go. In order to become a new person, to unlock that amazing potential that you have, to step into a new reality and just a new framework, you have to let go of the old. It's as simple as that. It's a magical key. And it's so easy to just turn that key into the door and open that new reality, which is filled with such fantastic experiences that you could have in your life. Make a commitment to yourself today. You never know what tomorrow will bring. If you have found this video useful, then please leave some comments. I am looking forward to building a community where we can actually share our experiences together, where we can help each other heal, because it's only by interacting and speaking to each other that actually we can learn. You know, the entire universe is just built of so much knowledge that we can accumulate from other people. And I'd love to be part of that growth, you know, that growth that you can go through and become that amazing person that you know you can be. So please subscribe so you can start this community. You can be part of such an amazing group of people that actually, without you knowing, share your experiences and probably share your path as well. I'm looking forward to seeing you on my next video. Until then, bye!